Welcome everyone to the Wednesday edition of the Q&A series here on OTRSCentral. I guess I'm being joined, whether I like it or not, by the special guest Summer. I think she wants everybody to know that Roman Reigns is still a Samoan stud muffin, that Roman Reigns should be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and that you guys need to get on board with it because it's going to happen and he is the future. Does that sound about right, sweetie? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so anyways, thanks to you guys that submitted your questions for this Q&A. That's actually a little surprised that more of you didn't tweet them out for this Wednesday Q&A, but it happens sometimes. Remember Fridays, our Facebook Fridays. I'll put all the information for the Q&As in the description box down below, so make sure you check it out in case you want your questions answered in the future. You ready, Summer? All right, let's get some questions going here. At D_Rizzle asked, how far do you believe WWE will push this new nation faction and why? Also, how long do you see it lasting? Only time will tell how far they'll push it. I think they need to push it as much as they possibly can because this is a real opportunity for the WWE to take something like this and make it theirs. So we'll see. I mean, they seem to like Big E at least a little bit. They seem to like Kofi at least somewhat. You throw a veteran name in there if that's what they're going to do, like a Mark Henry, and I would anticipate it lasting at least a year. I don't think that's unreasonable. I guess only time will tell. At Wrestling Crisis asks, which would work better, Surfer Sting in the Golden Era or Crow Sting in the Attitude Era? I think both would work and both would work very well. The problem maybe with Surfer Sting during the Golden Era is that you had enough other characters with face paint like the Ultimate Warrior, the Legion of Doom, Demolition, what have you. I think Crow Sting in the Attitude Era would have worked a whole lot better because of the stuff they were doing with Taker and with Kane. I think Crow Sting would have fit right into that mix, right into that fold, and done very well. And I think he would have been a necessary type of top guy for them at that time. You know, you could have thrown Crow Sting at anybody from Austin to The Rock to Taker, again to Kane to Foley to Triple H. You had so much versatility and so many different things of what you could do with Crow Sting. So I probably would go with that. What do you think? Yeah, you don't care. It's only Roman Reigns. Fuck the world. At Jacob Punk Fan, who was better, judging only from their ECW runs, Super Crazy and Tajiri? And who did you like better? I'll say this, in terms of who did I like better, I was a Tajiri guy, so I like Tajiri, so I would say him. At the_420_Blazer, do you believe Kofi Kingston is starting to become a Shelton Benjamin replacement at Money in the Bank and in the WWE? Yes, he kind of filled that Shelton Benjamin role in the Money in the Bank matches and the Royal Rumble matches. He's there to give you 2 or 3 oh shit moments or big time spots that you remember and then get the fuck out of the way as somebody else goes on to win. So in that sense, he has definitely taken on the Shelton Benjamin role. There's no question about it. At Dexter C73, who is the top heel in the WWE right now? Top heel would probably have to be Triple H, and the reason I say that, some might say, well, what about Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar's on a part-time basis, so I don't really classify him as the top heel. The top heel consistently is Triple H and Stephanie as kind of a group because enough other things work off of them, enough other things are built around them that their importance to the show is incredible, so I think they have to be the top heels. At Mefe Talk, do you think this new faction of Woods, Kofi, and Big E will work? I personally don't, but what do you think? I think it can work. I think it should work. I think it could work tremendously well. But the WWE, again, must understand that if they are going to do this, they must go all the way with it. They need to add 1 to 2 more members at least to the group. They need to say, gloves off, and everything that anybody's ever said about us, acknowledge it to be true and work off of that. They have to go all the way with this. They have to get behind these guys. This can really work. But again, only time will tell whether or not it does. At Blue Goblin 01, will you ever do some retro reviews of Saturday night's main event? In terms of like reviewing individual shows, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it is. I mean, even when I do like the WrestleMania and Royal Rumble review series and now the SummerSlam review series that has started on this channel, those videos tend not to get the great amount of viewership compared to some other videos on the channel. So it's like for me, frankly, I'm doing Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series because I've done them before on the old channel and I wanted to make sure they were all in place for this new channel. I don't think I would at any point in time, though. Could change, but you never know. At Michael _ Corvin, Michael Jordan and Hulk Hogan are hanging off a cliff. You could only save one. Who would it be? Michael Jordan, because Hulk Hogan wouldn't need to be saved because he's not selling that drop, brother. Easy. You probably expected me to be incredibly conflicted. You probably expected me to be incredibly torn. But I would side with Michael Jordan because Hulk Hogan would fall to the bottom and he wouldn't put it over and he'd sit there and Hulk up and everything would be fine and we'd all be happy. There you go. At Madden God 434, obviously a CM Punk fan, hence the Thor 434 in his name. Do you think CM Punk should go into the WWE Hall of Fame someday? Oh, sure. Again, Coco Beware's in there. CM Punk belongs in there. Very simple. At AK Warrior 78, what is your favorite SummerSlam? Favorite SummerSlams happened 10 years apart. That would be 1992 and 2002. I think those would be right at the top of my list for the two favorite SummerSlams of all time. At C Peak Weight asked, do you think the WWE should bring back some title belts for the mid-carders to wrestle for? Yes, like bring back the U.S. title, and but they've already got that. Meaning that they need to book people with these belts well, that they need to give these guys feuds and rivalries and storylines revolving around those titles. They need to feature those champions as future stars, as potentially current stars, as big important players in the WWE. They don't need to add belts to the picture. They, frankly, at this point, don't necessarily need to take any belts away. They need to work with the belts that they do have and work with them a lot better than they do. And at the Doctor _ 2012 closes out this relatively quick Q&A by asking, do you think the reason WWE's tag team division is declining is because they unified the two tag titles? No. Not at all. Because let's be perfectly realistic here. It's not like the tag team divisions were that great when they had the two titles anyways. The problem is not giving them storylines, not giving them rivalries, not giving them television time, not making them feel like big-time deals and big-time stars. So I don't see we're getting rid of two belts and going down to one alters that in any way, shape, or form. The problem is that they don't sit there and bring up a ton of tag teams up through developmental. The problem is that they don't consistently feature their tag team division as an important part of the show. The problem is that you get a half-ass storyline involving the tag titles and you get no other real storyline involving any other tag teams. Those are the things that if they fixed and remedied and corrected, they could have a booming tag team division and create opportunities for all types of performers, and even so, potentially make some new stars out of it. So that's the way I look at it. But anyways, thanks to all of you guys that submitted your questions for this Q&A. I'm glad you crashed the damn video. You have a tendency of doing this sometimes, just like Precious and Feisty and Smokey used to, though. So that's not so bad. If you guys don't like the dog in the video, well, eat shit. She can be on here if she wants to. She's in Deuces in Force. Smokey said so before he passed. Yeah, that's right. So anyways, come back again Friday for another Q&A episode here on OTRS Central. A reminder, the SummerSlam review series is now underway, so you can check out that playlist on the main channel page. Check out the other great videos and content, or at least I think so, here on OTRS Central. I'll see you again Friday for another Q&A.